Welcome back to Suzuki South Africa. I'm Nicky Nash, and today you join me inside the Suzuki Vitara Turbo 6-speed automatic. So this vehicle, right, let's get straight into it. It's best to talk about the power of the vehicle. This vehicle has the exact same engine that you find in the Suzuki Sport, and you guys know how much I love the Sport. So this is a 1.4 turbo, 103 kilowatts and 220 newton meters of torque. So now that in an SUV like this, I'm sure you guys are thinking, that feels a bit underpowered. The car's slow. I can gladly tell you, no, the car's far from slow. This vehicle, right, it's exactly like a Sport. It's exactly like a Sport. The only difference is that it's high and there's more space and there's a sunroof. Other than that, this car is exactly like a Sport. It gets the power down very quickly. It's a very quick car. It's not lazy at all. It gets to speed very quickly. You'll find yourself being above 120 very easily if you're not careful. So now let's speak about the gearbox. Gearbox is the same old gearbox that you find in the Suzuki Sport as well, as a 6-speed automatic gearbox. I like the gearbox. It's more like a torque converter type of gearbox. I like that as well. It's not fast, but it's not slow, so it gets the job done as well. So in this vehicle as well has paddle shifters. Paddle shifters in this vehicle, are they necessary? No, they're not. Personally, I don't think you will use them. I use them here and there, but really, there's really no need for paddle shifters. But they do make the car look very nice, and I actually do like them. So as much as I'm saying there's no need, I actually do like the paddle shifters. So now let's talk about the suspension of the vehicle, right? And then we're gonna talk about the steering feel of the vehicle. Suspension of the vehicle handles perfectly. It's a smooth ride. It gets over bumps on the road very nicely. It's a very comfortable vehicle as well. And speaking of being comfortable, the seats of the vehicle are very beautiful and very comfortable. I like to have this leather trimming on the side, and then in the middle it's like this suede feel to it. I like that. I think that's one of my favorite things in this vehicle. The suede, the seats in general, right? Because it has it front and back. I was just checking right now. Is it front and back? Don't mind me checking. I really didn't sit at the back of this vehicle. It was mine. Well, not mine, but it's mine. So let's speak about the steering wheel. Steering wheel, I didn't have an opinion on the steering wheel until I drove another car, or the first day, right? And the vehicle that I drove is a VW Tiguan, and VW Tiguan had a very light steering wheel compared to this. This vehicle steering wheel, it's not heavy, but at the same time it's not light. I drove a few cars, and this car's steering wheel, when I jumped into the other vehicles, I felt like those vehicles' steering wheels are very soft, right? And then this one, it's not heavy, but then it's heavier than normal. Like if you used to a very smooth, very light steering wheel, this car won't give you that. And I like that because this car has a lot of torque steer. Torque steer being, when you put your foot down, and then in a front-wheel drive car, torque steer is when you put your foot down, you're accelerating hard, and then the steering wheel will look there, but the car's going there. It'll look there, but the car's going there. That's exactly what torque steer is, basically. So this car has a lot of torque steer because it's front-wheel drive. It has not a lot of power, but it has power. So that when you put your foot down immediately, the steering wheel, it won't go straight. You need to put your hands on the steering for it to go straight. So you always, not always, but then for the first gear, depending on the road surface as well, how you will be controlling the vehicle. So your hands need to be on the steering wheel. Otherwise, if you don't do that, you'll find your car in the bushes. So that's how quick, or how can I put it? I don't have words for it, but the vehicle it's quick. Right, I'm gonna show you right now. I'm in drive, put my foot down, the turbo comes in, and then we're going, and that's 60, so 80 already. So just to show you how quick the vehicle is. But other than that, the vehicle really, I do have flaws, right? But I don't have driving flaws of the vehicle. The only thing I can speak about driving flaws of the vehicle is the fuel consumption. When I got this car, I was told this car is not very fuel efficient, but it's fuel efficient. And fuel efficiency to me, because it's a Suzuki, I was comparing it to the Suzuki Vitara Brezza fuel efficiency, and it's not that. The claim fuel efficiency of this vehicle, I know the manual claim fuel efficiency is 5.9 liters to the 100. So the automatic will just be slightly higher, so 6 something. And in this vehicle, and I'm being honest with you guys, the lowest I went, driving my best, resetted everything, the lowest I went was an 8.2. I didn't go lower than that. And this vehicle, right, same thing like I said in the Suzuki Sports, if you drive properly, like see how I'm driving right now, if you drive properly, it will give you what you want. If you want the fuel efficiency, it will give you the fuel efficiency. But if you drive it fast or spiritually, it will give you what you want or what you expect, which meaning it will tower fuel. And it's not a problem for me because it's basically two things. It gives you what you want. If you're not drive economically, it will give you the fuel efficiency properly. If you're not drive fast, it will give you fast. But even if I driving fast in this vehicle, I didn't see this vehicle touch 10 liters per 100. I think the highest I went was like 9.8. I think, I'm not too sure. Because what I do is that this vehicle, it's range, right? It's range trip something. The way it tells you how much range you have left. This vehicle will tell you that this is a half tank. It will tell you that you have 150 k's left, and then depending on how you drive, it'll fluctuate. It'll go up, down. So I don't like that. I really don't like it when it tells me I have 200 range, and then I drive very economically, then it tells me I have 300, and then I start driving like a boy racer, then it tells me that I have 100. I don't like that, so I change that. Like, I really don't want to be seeing that. So in this vehicle, right, let's talk about the tank size. It's a very small tank. I didn't need to research it for me to find out the tank size, because I drove those cars to the limit, literally to the limit. Literally by the E, I drove it to a point where it stopped telling me how much range I have left, and then I was working on gut, and did that twice. I was working on gut, but there's a lot of petrol stations. So I went to a petrol station and I poured. I'm like, man, give me full tank, and then he poured, and then it went to 42 point something. And that's when I knew there's a 43 liter tank. And the tank size, 43 liter tank for a car like this, small. Reason being, you don't get a lot of K's in. The most I was able to get is just under 500. And that was my trip to Venda. And that was mixed driving. I was driving like a boy racer, going there, cruising. But I'm 100% sure if you cruise the whole way, keep it at a constant speed, you'll easily go just above 500. I don't think you'll touch 600. I don't think. If you do, you're a good driver. But personally, I know that I won't do that. I am not capable of doing that. But the vehicle, the tank size is a very small tank. And look at it like this. This car, obviously when Suzuki brought it in, they were still trying to see how the market's going to take it, are they going to like it, and they were still testing a few things here and there. So obviously, I think with the next generation Vitara, I think because we've complained, we meaning journalists and consumers have complained about the tank size. Well, I think you guys will complain because this tank is very small. At least at minimum, this tank needs to be a 50 liter tank. And looking at how I've complained and hopefully how other people have complained and customers themselves, hopefully Suzuki will look at that and be like, okay, next generation Vitara, people didn't like the tank size, okay, we're changing that. We're gonna put a 52 liter tank or 55 liter tank, and I hope they do. Now let's move on to practicality of the vehicle, and then we're gonna speak about 3 things I like and 3 things I don't like. And there is things I don't like in this vehicle. Let's move on to the practicality of the vehicle where I'm sitting, right? Very practical, very spacious. Even behind myself, the seats as well. I actually went and sat behind myself. Oh guys, you guys won't believe it, there's another Vitara in front of me. Anyway, there's the seats in this vehicle, very beautiful, feel quite good. Even at the back, the space at the back as well is there. From the outside, as much as it's an SUV, it looks like very small, it looks like very compact, and it's not. So there's actually a decent amount of space. The compactness, right, comes when you're looking at the boot. The boot is not the biggest of boots. Literally in this boot, right, you can fit 2 suitcases and maybe a few bags just on top. It's not the best, but at the same time it's not the worst. And that's just the practicality of the vehicle. It's for what the vehicle is meant for and what you use it for. The practicality is good for a young small family. You'll enjoy the car, you'll enjoy the practicality as well. It's not compact, and I've had a lot of people in this vehicle as well, and the first thing they've always said is, wow, it feels so spacious. And then they look up and you see the sunroof, and they're like, oh wow, because this makes it more spacious, because it opens up the vehicle, if you get what I'm saying. And yeah, that's that's just the practicality. So now let's talk about 3 things I don't like and 3 things I like. And you know this side you always start with the bad, and I'm gonna start with what I don't like. My number 1, what I don't like. You can see the shade is closed, right? And obviously I'm young and I wanna look cool, so obviously I wanna open the sunroof. And when the sun is out, like literally up here, I can't open it because it's gonna burn me, right? So what would I wanna do? I just wanna pop it up, right? And not get burned, right? So in other cars, right, when you pop up the sunroof, what the car does, the sunshade, if it's automatically operated, when you pop it, it will open just a little bit, like a gap like this, and then it will pop the sunroof, right? With this car, let me show you what this car does, and I don't like it because I get burned. See, I'm popping the sunroof. What the car will do, it will open the whole shade and then pop the sunroof. You'll see it's gonna pop. Wait for it. There, and then it pops. I don't like that because now the sun is okay, now there's no sun, but the sun would normally come straight to me, and then I'll get hot, and then I'll have to wear a bucket hat if I don't look cool or sacrifice looking cool. So now to me, it's something I don't like. Hence I say them things I don't like. To other people, they might like it, they might not see a fault with it. But yeah, that's that. I don't like that about the vehicle. I wish Suzuki, if you're listening, and not if you're listening, I know you're listening. Next generation, please do what I'm saying. When I wanna pop the sunroof, give me that option of just it opening it like this and keeping the shade closed. And then if I want the whole shade, I'll open it myself. Please, Suzuki. And then the second thing I don't like is the lights. These are LED lights. The high beams are LEDs, right? The headlights are LEDs, but the high beams or the bright lights, right? Those are halogens. I don't get that. Why LEDs and halogen? I get this is an old vehicle, but it's on its way out. But I would have liked that it was LEDs. That's number 2. I don't like. Now the third thing I don't like is the tank size of this vehicle. It's a very small tank, and that means you'll always find yourself at the garage. And yeah, that's just the third thing I don't like. And the first thing I mentioned that I don't like is the sun, right? The sun is out, it's back, and look. And because I'm looking cool, the style is up. And then let's just move on straight to the 3 things I like of the vehicle. 1, what I like is the power. It's a very powerful car. You put your foot down, oh, the vehicle flies. For what you'd expect, for this vehicle, the vehicle flies. Example, foot down, changes gear, chooses gear, and then moving, you know. That's my number 1 that I like. Number 2 that I like is it has to be the sunroof. This panoramic sunroof is a very beautiful sunroof. It opens up the vehicle's interior. It makes the car look very beautiful as well. And the sunroof, right? It's party pieces that both open. In many vehicles, the first one is the only one that opens, right? It goes on top of the other one. Man, with this one, the one in the first goes on top of the second one, and then the second one also slides. For example, I'm gonna show you now. So you guys saw this in the December video, but there you go. Then they both slide. Ooh, the sun is out. Ooh, you guys will forgive me, but I have to close. Then this is the second thing I like. The third thing I like is the seats of this vehicle. This vehicle is a very beautiful vehicle. The seats of the vehicle are very comfortable. I like it. You guys will forgive me, right? You guys will forgive me. I know you guys like the sunroof, but you'll forgive me. I have to close it. I'm sorry, I have to close it. Yeah, as I was going back to the seats are very beautiful, very comfortable. You can do a lot of kilometers in this vehicle, but you won't feel like you just did a lot of kilometers because the seats are very beautiful, very nice. Even the back seats as well. It's a very nice place to be, this vehicle. Like the interior of this vehicle, this way it's a very nice. This way, obviously, when you look at the steering wheel, you look at the infotainment system, you can feel that the car's outdated, but it's given. It's an outdated vehicle, so obviously it don't look the best. But for the year it came out, for that year and for what this car is, very beautiful. And now this car, right, the pricing of this vehicle starts from 419,900 rand, so 420,000 rand. And then depending on how you spec it, I think if you add, you know, the party pieces, you know, if you add the tow bars, roof rails, stuff like that, then so the price will go up. But 420,000 gets you a Suzuki Vitara turbo. I have this tendency of saying the Suzuki Vitara Blazer. I need to stop. The Suzuki Vitara turbo. Yes. So that's the vehicle. See? And this is how petrol finishes in this vehicle, by doing such. Put your foot down. Woo. The car says thank you. Petrol. I don't blame it. I should do like this with this vehicle. I think it looks weird from outside when you see an SUV of this size doing speeds you didn't think this vehicle of this size would be able to do. But for me, because I'm inside, I really don't care. So thank you for watching. This has been the Suzuki Vitara Turbo review. Almost said Rez again there. This has been the Suzuki Vitara Turbo review. I hope you guys liked it. This is the first review of 2022, and we're gonna have a lot more this year. Suzuki and I are gonna do a lot this year as well, so keep it locked, stay tuned. And the content that I'll be bringing this year is gonna be very unique content. So because this is not just me, it's me and you who's watching, comment down below what you guys want to see coming this year. Like last year, you guys commented that you want to see a bit of tuned cars. I was able to bring that into play. You mentioned you want to see Golf R's. I brought those. And yeah, just comment what you'd like to see. I'll try my best to bring it. And yeah, hopefully I'll get to work with all the brands I want to work with. So just comment what you'd like to see below actually, and then I'll try my best, give you the content, and then we shoot, and then from there we take it. And yeah, so thank you for watching. Please remember, do like, comment, and subscribe. Click the notification bell as well, so that when I drop a video, you guys know that Uniki Nash, what's Switcher South Africa, has dropped a video. So from Switcher South Africa, I'm Uniki Nash. Keep it locked. Asbo. Yeah.